So I came to this conclusion after the Jordan doc that it was the New York Times' fault that the Knicks lost that series.
It was the New York Times, New York Post,
So
New York Daily News,
New York
Mike
media.
Francis. Everybody that had anything negative to say about Jordan gambling after what, game one or after game one.
It was between.
It was after they were up 2. They got reversed.
But the story came out because they said he was tired in game 2, right?
This came out after game 2 because that's when they found out that he was
gone
in that AC between game 1 and game 2.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So like they were talking about him being in Atlantic City.
Yeah, but
between games 1 and 2, but it came out
after game 2.
Yep.
So it's just the New York media being toxic as usual, but it's definitely their fault because
the Knicks win that series if they don't poke the bear.
I agree. It's the same thing that happened with Magic Johnson. And Charles Barkley poked him at practice.
You don't poke the bear, man.
Especially when the Bear's the fucking GOAT. Like, bro, they really went, oh yeah, is Jordan tired? Is this gambling thing? And then they blew the chance at
Francesa Dead said he doesn't. This isn't what a competitor does. This is not what a winner does.
Mike Francesa, shit does not change, bro.
You're not saying this about the 2.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. I got to see what Francesa said after that.
At least Mike has always been the same.
Yeah.
Bro, you gave
right.
The guy that has to create motivation for himself. You actually gave him real life motivation.
Yeah,
he was crazy enough to get
tired, bro.
Like he said, you're telling me the guy that said that Clyde Drexler isn't even in the same ballpark as him. He made that up in his mind. It was like, nah, I'm not. Jeez.
My man's was saying, all right, yeah, I'll finish off. My man's really was like getting Clyde Drexler was getting compared to him basically, and this is a Hall of Fame person we're talking about. He's like, well, I found that disrespectful, so I went out and proved that we're not even in the same class.
It's best one of the 2 or 3s of all time, and it's just funny because like how much people get he gets overlooked in general, but it's like, yo. They really, y'all really had a chance.
Up 2 games.
Pat Riley should have just clipped the New York media.
Up 2. And in game 3, didn't he? Jordan shoot 3 of 15, 3 of 18, something like that?
Bro, they got reversed.
He had a bad game 3 too, and they still figured it out.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I was gonna wear a Knicks jersey today, but I realized this was a bad episode if you was a Knicks fan, man, because you had the infamous Charles Smith game that they showed. That shit definitely would have been a foul today.
Bro,
the best defensive sequence of all time.
It was a good defensive sequence.
Bro, niggas
no, listen.
All right.
There were 3 or 4 blocks happened. 1.5 were clean.
Yeah, right.
But in that sense, out of all of that, you couldn't draw a foul?
Yeah, there's
you
no
only
way.
threw 1 pump fake each time, or just 1 pump fake in general, and you thought that was going to do it?
You can't jack that. There's no defense, but you can't jack the 90s and, it's tough. It's, it's rough and tough in the paint and cry about a foul. Like, if you're a Knicks fan, right, and you're going to talk about this day and age of everything's a touch foul, blah, blah. You can't go then and back and complain, that should have been a foul. No, that's just hard. That's just hard basketball.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say it should have been a foul. I'm saying he should have been able to draw one.
Yes.
Or at least,
make a basket.
Because what it was, exactly.
More importantly,
kick it out.
I was thinking the same thing.
After the second attempt, I don't know, big fella.
Guess what? Outside, who the fuck know Charles Smith from that Knicks team?
I was about to say, that shit's tough.
Well, you got 3 people around you. There is somebody on your team open. In the corner, on the wing, something. Call timeout. Do something.
Call timeout.
Terrible. I was literally like, this is... When they're talking about it being one of the greatest defensive sequences, I just looked at it as one of the worst offensive sequences. Because when I saw it, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is he doing? It's literally... It looks like... when your My Player's fresh in 2K.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're just out here, it's like, all right, open layup. I just can't make it because there's someone in my vicinity. That's what that shit looks like.
That looks like online in the MyRec, when even though you're a 95, just because someone has a defensive badge.
Yeah.
Like you be 95, he's an 82, and for some reason you're putting up 3 layups and they all fall out. It's doesn't make any sense.
That shit was tragic. But
yeah, it was bad for the Knicks fans. Oh man, it was tough.
When the Garden was eaten.
A great documentary.
Can you imagine that? Mark Stein tweeted out, he was like, the Knicks made the playoffs every year from 1990 to 2000.
Nah, it was longer than that. I think they said,
no, I know, but it was just from that decade. And then Dolan happened. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I think Dolan came into like right after we made that finals in 2000. I think that's when James Dolan kind of rose to his ownership shit. Honestly,
Right after the Spurs series in '99, right?
Yeah, 99. Yeah, 99, 2000. Yeah,
yeah, because Lakers won from 2000 to 2002.
90. Yeah.
But yeah.